It's not playing the game. It's winning that counts.
Yeah, baby. We're going to go out there and win.
This is Just Win Bets, baby.
Just win, baby.
With Joe DeFan and Shane O'Mac.
How do they keep winning?
Live on the Sports Bet Winning Network.
And here we go. Welcome in. Just Win Bets, baby. Shane O'Mac alongside myself, Joe DeFan. We are here live in Burke, Virginia on the last day of the month here, Shayna, in June. As of course, we are talking a lot of things, a lot of news that is coming out. Let's take a look at the agenda real quick. We have, of course, more news coming out of the association as well as trades. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Deanna Rossi caught on tape. We're going to talk a little bit about that. They released the video where she kind of talked herself out of a ticket because she, quote unquote, allegedly was not only using her phone there, Shano, but she also was allegedly, hey, I had to get home and I had to tweet out that the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott, was being terminated, which he did, but did that really happen? We'll have our good friend Tyler Shoemaker from VSiN, VSiN's handicapper for the WNBA, and talk about his thoughts for the Commissioner's Cup final between, of course, the Liberty and the Las Vegas Aces. And in about 50 minutes, we will talk, of course, NFL season prediction with Shayna and myself about the New York Football Giants for the 26-27 season and look at their win totals for the season. But Shayna, we start off with, of course, we should have had this done a while back, was Linda Cohn of ESPN has officially retired.
Yeah, she's retired. She's been on Sports Center, man, forever. I feel like, I think she started in like 91 or 92, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
She's been on there for over 30 years. I mean, so that's it's a hell of a run, man. She was always great on there. I always liked her. So it'd be sad to see her go, but happy retirement. Hope you enjoy your time off and with the family and all that stuff. So I'm happy for her.
She was one of the pioneers of women sportscasters. You rarely saw it, especially for me growing up 70s, 80s, before it broke through in the early 90s, even with the great Stuart Scott. She was part of that crew, but where women were not news, sports news sportscasters, you know what I mean? It was always men. You always had the great George Michael or the Glenn Brenner, and I'm talking about our local news here, the Warner Wolfs of sportscasters. You rarely saw a female, go into, and then she kind of broke the ceiling there with joining Sports Center, and I think she did a hell of a job out of New York. Hey, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, for women trailblazers for sports media people, I always think of her, and I think of Jackie McMullen.
Yeah,
she's like a famous NBA columnist, and she was on Around the Horn. Remember that show?
Yep.
She was on Around the Horn a ton. I think she mostly covered the Celtics. I believe McMullen did.
I believe.
But she's been around for a long time. But both of them, I think, like broke down a lot of doors and barriers for women moving forward in sports and sports media. So yeah, I mean, I always liked Linda Cohn. She did a great job. But happy retirement to her. I'm happy for her. Go enjoy your life. I wish I could retire.
Yeah, I wish I could retire too. But maybe she'll make some guest appearances on Sports Center. Once in a blue moon. You never know. I think that would be amazing. They sometimes bring back like a Rich Eisen. Not saying he's retired or not, but just stuff like that. But hopefully one day that she can just not only enjoy retirement, but maybe come home for for that day in sports. But again, happy retirement, Linda, and very nice lady. We didn't have the opportunity to meet her, but heard a lot of great things about her. But enjoy your retirement. Speaking of coming home, we turn to the National Basketball Association as Kawhi Leonard is coming home to Toronto. Shano, you heard these? They're swapping picks. Toronto made out like a bandit again. But keep in mind, Shano, the commissioner might have to lay the hammer down as a little, stuff that's going under the table, so to speak, with Kawhi. There might be some suspension, maybe a 15, 20 game suspension. something.
There might be something coming for that. No word yet on that. But, yeah, so the Clippers are trading Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. The Raptors are sending Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, 1 pick swap, and 2 second-round picks, is what ESPN is reporting. I mean, he's a former champion there. He brought the Raptors their only championship, right? So,
Yeah.
so it's big news in that regard for them. Kawhi, I mean, I like Kawhi. I think he's probably – in his prime, was probably the best overall all-around player, I think, in the league during this era. He was a great defender. I don't think that gets talked about a bunch.
Right.
But he could defend anybody. He could defend 1 through 5 if he had to, right?
Well, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying, I think that's an underrated part of his game that like a lot of people just don't talk about.
No question about it. But you mentioned his prime. I still think he's probably top 5 even today if he's healthy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look what he did with the
Clippers.
Clippers. The Clippers are putting a playoff team with him there, and the Clippers are, historically terrible.
I'm just saying, Kawhi healthy, a healthy Kawhi, look out. So I think the Raptors may not like a bandit here. I really do.
He just turned 35. I'm not crazy about giving up 2 first-round picks for a 35-year-old, but
sure.
I mean, he is an all-star. If he stays healthy, I mean, they'll be set. They'll be back in the playoffs, making the playoff push.
Yeah,
and I think it's a little easier in the East to make a deep playoff run than the West because you have to deal with Wemby and OKC in the West, which is tough, and maybe a possible super team forming in Golden State Warriors.
I like Ingram. You mentioned Brandon Ingram in this deal. I do like Ingram. I think Ingram's a good player in my opinion, but
I think he's good too. Yeah, he's going to. He'll be in LA now as Clipper.
Right. But yeah, I still think that I understand the draft picks and stuff like that, but I think Toronto made out like a bandit in this one, in my opinion. But again, we got to wait what the commissioner's going to do. Because as you know, there was a little, misconduct. I'll leave it at that.
Some people are saying that he left the country, so they can't do anything.
Right.
Now he'll be in Toronto.
Right. We'll see.
I remember when he left Toronto the first time.
Right.
And most of these NBA players, they have to sign off on these trades. A lot of them have no trade contracts and stuff like that, right? No trade clauses. So I'm assuming he signed off on going back there. But I remember the first time he left, one of the reasons why he didn't want to re-sign with the Raptors was because of Toronto's salary tax. Their income tax was high. Because Canada's a lot higher than the United States because they have to pay for healthcare and all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what his contract or his agent when he did his contract. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I agree with you. But who knows? I mean, I don't know. It's still too early to see, but we will find out. What is also in the news here, Shano, is LeBron says, "Adios, I ain't coming back." And I think it's a crappy deal because he did the Lakers did a solid for him. Hey, draft my kid, and I'll sign for blah blah blah. I never liked the guy. I never liked him from day one. People call him the GOAT and stuff like that. He's just in my book, he's trash. I mean, there's no integrity in that sport when it comes to him. And that's my opinion. But yeah, I come on, dude. I mean, I just feel like if I'm the Lakers, I cut Bronny tonight.
Yeah,
I would.
He's not giving you much. Just get rid of him. Yeah.
No, I saw tweets earlier where they showed the old Hard Knocks from the Jets, where the player was trying to get into the facility and they changed the code on him. That's what they did for Bronny. That's exactly what they did for Bronny. And
it doesn't work anymore.
Man, the internet is amazing. I love Twitter or X or whatever you want to refer to it as. They even showed the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where it was Uncle Phil and Will Smith. I think you saw this clip there where he's like, we ain't no we anymore. And that Uncle Phil in this scenario is LeBron. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'm not a fan of him. Never was. He never will be Michael Jordan. He never will be. I don't know why people continue to compare him. He's not the GOAT. He's not even close. So yeah, I mean, good luck to you. I don't know where he plays. There has been rumors, Shano, that he's coming to Washington. No, I don't want that.
Want him in Washington.
I don't want him in Washington.
I don't want him anywhere near DeBonza. DeBonza seems like a good kid with a good head on his shoulders.
Yes.
Keep him away from DeBonza.
So the Golden State Warriors,
and that would, I think him coming to Washington was stunt. Washington's got a good, solid young core. And I think that would just totally wreck it with him coming there.
Right. No, but he's going to want a max deal. He's going to want a super max. I ain't doing that.
Well, the Supermax, that's why he basically said to buy to the Lakers. To get the Supermax in the NBA, if you're on a team, that team can pay you more than anybody else. It was like the old Larry Bird rule back in the day. That's who they made it for. Because like Larry Bird's contract was up, and then like they allowed the Celtics to go over the salary cap to re-sign Larry Bird. And so if you're on the team, they're allowed to give you more money. But the Lakers said that they weren't going to give him a Supermax deal, which I don't blame him. We talked about this yesterday. He's 42 years old. I wouldn't pay him a Supermax deal.
He's not worth that. No, he's definitely
he's not hurt all the time. He's actually a pretty healthy player throughout his career. But he does take a lot of nights off, right? He doesn't play every night, doesn't play back-to-backs, right? I mean, I get it. He's 42. You got to save him, try and save him for the playoffs and stuff. But I mean, the Lakers, you just got to move on from him. And I think it's a blessing in disguise for them that he's not coming back.
I think there was also some mistakes in the Lakers in the last X amount of these past seasons, 2, 3, 4 years ago. I mean, you signed Westbrook, and
they traded for Luka. He'll be back. Remember, he got hurt last year.
I understand that. Okay, that's probably the smart part. But you lost Austin Reeves.
Yeah,
that was a mistake.
Well, there was somebody was reporting that Luka and LeBron didn't see eye to eye either. Like they weren't
shocker. I'm not shocked about that. When they signed Westbrook, aka Westbrick, because he was building a house literally on the court, but that was LeBron, and LeBron's like, "Oh, we need Westbrook. We need Brett." So how'd that pan out?
LeBron, no matter where he goes, he acts like he's the GM, coach, and player all in one. Yeah. He's Jackie Moon from that Will Ferrell movie. I can't remember the name of the movie now.
Oh, semi-pro?
Semi-pro, yeah. Yeah. He's Jackie Moon of Semi-Pro, where he's the coach, GM, and player all at once.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
And then there's a tweet out today saying that there's a lot of rumors saying he's going to the Warriors. Some rumors saying he's going back to Cleveland. There's like 5 or 6 teams that people are saying he can go to.
Sure.
But he basically came out and said that these teams pretty much have to recruit him. I mean, what the hell? I mean, come on, dude. You're gonna hold teams hostage again, like he did when he made the decision, like the last moment on that when he had the ESPN special and said he was going to go to Miami to join up with Wade.
Right.
I mean, I just the guy always rubbed me the wrong way. I never really liked him.
Listen, what has he done lately? It's the old Janet Jackson song. What have you done for me lately? What has he done lately? Honestly, when was the last time he's won a championship?
The Mickey Mouse ring.
Okay.
The Mickey Mouse ring.
Before the Mickey Mouse ring.
Exactly. That would have been when he was in Cleveland, I think, wouldn't it?
I believe so. Exactly. Yeah. So he didn't do jack for the Lakers. Jack.
Yeah, he won. They won the bubble ring when they were all in the NBA bubble, and then that's it for the Lakers. Because before that he was in Cleveland. He won it there, and then he won 2 with the Heat. And
you better think one of them with Allen.
Oh yeah,
okay,
Ray Allen.
That's one.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, people say he's the GOAT, and I mean he's a great player. Don't get me wrong.
I give you that. Okay,
but he is not. He is not the GOAT. He is not. He's not. And in these kids today, they think he is, but they didn't live through 90s era late 80s era Jordan. They just didn't. Right. They didn't see that phenomenon.
Correct.
Right. And it's no fault of them, but it just, he has all these records and he has the most points all time, but he also has played more games than anybody else all time. Right. And he came right out of high school, where back like in Jordan's day, you couldn't come straight out of high school. You had to do at least 2 years, I think.
Right.
And UNC, most players did 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. But I don't know. Good luck whoever gets him. But I have news for you. He ain't coming to Washington. Speaking of Washington there, Shano, the Golden State Warriors are now out of the AD business. Good, because I didn't want Jimmy Buckets. So now what do we do with AD?
I think their best option here for the Lakers or for the Wizards is to have him just try and keep him happy enough to play until around the trade deadline.
Right.
I would word it to him saying like, hey, show teams that you're healthy, show teams that you can still play, because that's his biggest concern is he's always been injury plagued. But if he can make it to about the trade deadline and he's been healthy all year and he's averaging 20 and 10, right? Some team will offer him a lot. I'll offer up a lot for him at the trade deadline. I think that's the best play here.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Now let's move real quick before the break. Let's talk about a little bit of Deanna Rossini, a former NBC4 Washington anchor here. Speaking of anchors, right? Who allegedly was, well, she wasn't allegedly. She was pulled over in New Jersey driving where the law is you can't be on your phone. She claims that, hey, I had to pull over or blah, 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 because I had a report that Sean McDermott was fired, and producer Mark couldn't get the video. He was still working on it all day. So I appreciate the effort there. But make a long story short, she talked herself out of a ticket. In the video, you probably saw this, Shano, where she's like, hey, oh, my Lord, this is work stuff. I know you probably don't care, yada, yada, and was talking to the cop like, hey, who's your favorite team? The Giants or the Jets? He's like, no, actually, I'm a Minnesota Viking fan. Oh, so KOC, referring to Kevin O'Connell. Yeah. Oh, he's a great guy, blah, blah, blah. And I just texted him, hey, look, blah, blah, blah. Hey, and just pretty much talking ball to the police officer. She gets off with a warning, and and I don't know, man. And then later on, it comes to find out that was not the case. I don't know. She's something else, dude. She's no longer with the Athletic, but no. I don't think she picks up a job.
I mean, you have the stuff with Vrabel, right? Which is still, who knows what's going on. It seems like that story got swept under the rug by the league. Yeah. With the stuff with Vrabel. It's like, I think like the league's like,
I know a lot of companies
anybody even know to talk about this.
Yeah, I know a lot of companies that sweep things under the rug. Trust me. I definitely know. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the league swept that under the rug. They didn't want any part of that. They just let the media do its thing, and then it just died down after a weekend or so, and then they just kind of never talked about it again.
Right.
But yeah, after that, and then now this, I mean, it's stuff starting to snowball. Who else knows what else is out there? I don't know, man. It's going to be tough for her to get another job. She might have to start doing stuff in independent work.
Oh, there's no question about it. No question about it, my friend. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting as to what happens with her. But this isn't the first time that she's lied about it or lied about things. Obviously, you brought up the Vrabel situation. I don't know if there has been rumors that Vrabel may not have a job. I mean, if that's going to be the case, we're ready. Tomorrow's July 1st.
Yeah.
Training camp is in what, 3 weeks?
Something like that, yeah.
Give or take?
It's coming up soon.
I'm just saying, dude. I mean, I
think Vrabel will have a job. He might get suspended for a game or two. I think he'll keep a job.
Right. I think Roger Goodell has to lay the hammer down and say, hey, look, you can't be doing X, Y, and Z.
It's like when Harbaugh was suspended for Michigan years ago. Remember that?
Right.
And then he couldn't even be in the press box or anything. He was at home, right? I could see something like that where he just can't be there for 2 games or something like that. They'll do some sort of suspension.
But in his defense, it's not like he's Coach Ted Ginn Jr. of the UFL who was DUI, and then he definitely was suspended. That only lasted a week, by the way. But I don't know, man. I really don't know what's going to happen. But going back to Diana, I don't think I think what she needs to do is possibly, I don't even know. She has a lot of connections, but I don't even know if I think she's kind of like the plague. Nobody don't get near her, or
right now she is for sure.
Yeah.
She definitely is.
So running a podcast or something like that, or doing something like the great Kay Adams, I think she's wonderful. But I don't, she doesn't do anything that's kind of unprofessional. let's say.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think it's like, nobody wants to touch her with a 20-foot pole right now, right?
Right.
So I think she's probably, for her career wise, she'll probably have to sit out this NFL season. And what sucks too is because she always broke a lot of news and a lot of good stories and a lot of good stuff like that. She was good at her job. It's just that after the Vrabel stuff, it's like, how is she getting some of this news? It's like what a lot of people were saying,
Yeah, but I think she needs to eat some crow and just pretty much say, hey, look, I screwed up. I did X, Y, and Z. Maybe write a book. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I would just be, hey, look, I screwed up. I made a mistake. We all make mistakes. I don't know where my marriage, maybe work on our marriage. If that's still working. Yeah. I'm not trying to get personal with, everybody has their own personal problems, right? But I'm not trying to get in her personal life there, but dude, it's clearly a case of if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and looks like a duck, it's got to be a duck. That's we've seen videos, we've seen pictures with her and Vrabel. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, that's not a good look for the league at all, and like nobody's really reporting about it anymore. It just kind of just like went away. It was just crazy to me. Yeah. Like ESPN talked about Deflategate for like 6 months straight,
right?
about some footballs that were like a pound under a PSI,
right?
And then like this thing happened, and like it's just like, hey, it like never happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, we're going to step away from here, and when we return, we will have our good friend Tyler Shoemaker of VSiN talking a little WNBA next here on Just Win Bets, baby.
This is Just Win Bets, baby, on the Sports Bet Winning Network.
Our next guest is one of the sharpest minds in sports analytics today. He joined VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, in 2023 and has quickly become a go-to authority for data-driven betting insights across football and basketball. He is, of course, the mastermind behind the proprietary T-Shoe Index, a data model that cuts through the noise to find serious market efficiencies. As the WNBA continues its massive explosion in popularity, his daily projections, deep dive, situational breakdown, and analytical best bets have made him a must follow for anyone looking to get an edge on the bookmakers. Please welcome sports betting analyst and creator of the T-Shoe Index, Tyler Shoemaker. Tyler, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm great. Good to be here. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's begin with this one, my friend. Tyler, you've built a great reputation around the T-Shoe Index. Where when you were developing this model, what were the specific variables and efficiencies in the WNBA market that you felt traditional bookmakers were missing or mispricing?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the biggest kind of discovery that I've made in evolving my numbers, and I think that's the thing to keep in mind here, is my numbers are constantly evolving. My process is constantly evolving. But I think the biggest thing that I have kind of stumbled across that seems to give me a better edge with the WNBA is the home and road splits. For whatever reason, I've found that differently than other sports because I do, like you said, a variety of sports with my T-Shoe Index. But with the WNBA in particular, the home road splits seem to really matter. And some teams are as much as 7, 8, 9 points better at home or on the road. In the case of the Aces this year, I think they're like 7.5 points better on the road than they've been at home, which is, partly due to a small sample, sure. But there is definitely something to be said for their consistency on the road compared to their performances at home.
Very nice. Very nice.
I like thanks, man, for joining us once again. I haven't said hi yet, but how you doing? So WNBA, man. So it's markets can move pretty aggressively when like major player injuries and stuff like that. How does your model adapt to a sudden star absence or compared to the general public and bookmakers react?
Yeah. So one thing that I have done, and I've implemented this across all of my sports, when there is an injury announced, assuming it is going to be short term, because if it's going to be long term, that's a little bit different. Like if a star player is out for the season, a month in, that changes things a little bit. But I generally have erred on the side of conservatively adjust for that game and then kind of let the ensuing data kind of guide my adjustments on that team's power rating, because I think I think what happens is when a player, like for instance, tonight, Asia Wilson was just announced out for the Commissioner's Cup championship. And I think immediately everyone just automatically runs and bets the other side. But I've actually had a lot of success in multiple sports betting on the team whose star player is out for a game because of market overreaction. And again, so I don't necessarily implement that into the model formula per se, because that kind of muddies the data, in my opinion. What I do is just make like a 1-game adjustment and then move forward from there back to their baseline rating.
I like that a lot. It's because for sure, because there is a huge overreaction too, and then sometimes it happens a lot. Is just the other players step up. They feel like they need to step up, and it's like their time to shine. And like you said,
it's not. I think people think about it so simplistically of like, okay, this person's out. She's like tonight, Asia Wilson. I think she's probably worth about 5 or 6 points to the spread, but. That being said, that's just if you just take her out, like there's not a hole in the lineup. Now they're gonna put someone else in there, and there are other pro players, especially on a team like the Aces that are so deep. I mean, they've got Joel Lloyd coming off the bench who would start for virtually any other team in the league. Kennedy Carter coming off the bench who would start pretty much anywhere else. So they've got some depth pieces. So and they've gotten Alyssa Smith inside. So I think you have to look more. You have to look at more than just how good is that player. You also have to look at what's around them, what's behind them on the roster, on the depth chart. If you're doing a college football game and it's UMass and they have a really good starting quarterback or something and he goes out, you can probably make the argument that, he's worth a lot more points than even a good player at like Ohio State would be, because they have so much around them that the coaches can often offset that player being out with just scheme.
Yeah, your point with the teams, that's huge. I mean, like you said, because the Aces are deep. They have a deep roster, and that's totally has to be factored in. I agree 100%.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We're with our good friend Tyler Shoemaker. You can follow him on X at TShoeIndex, and make sure you can see it right there below, and also scan the QR code if you're watching us here on YouTube or on X, and take them right to, of course, his X page. Let me ask you this one, my friend. Your data often highlights fascinating splits. For example, pointing out when elite teams kind of play better on the road or tend to underperform expectations at home. In a league with unique travel schedules like the WNBA, why do you think these home road data splits can be so stark?
That's a great question, and one that I'm still kind of struggling to solve. Again, it's kind of one of those things where like I know that it's a factor. The data tells me that it is indeed a factor. It's a real thing. The why, though, I'm not entirely sure yet. I do have, in my kind of master betting sheet that I have a tab that's just nothing but schedule spots where I have manually combed through the schedules and identified, okay, this team's playing 4 road games in 6 days or something like that in a week. And those teams on the season right now, just a quick count. I mean, they're roughly about 12-5, or I'm sorry, 5-12 ATS. Those teams that have very disadvantageous scheduling spots. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on, are those scheduling spots, and like you said, the home road splits. But again, I don't know why. I don't know why that is, particularly in the WNBA, but it is definitely a factor.
Yeah. The schedule spots are a huge thing. I think a lot of people overlook it. Like what you said, 5-12. That's pretty shocking there, right? So yeah, and then like I know most of our listeners, like they're more involved in betting and stuff like that with the NFL. We're trying to spread the WNBA because we bet WNBA every single day, and you can make some real good money on it. But like it's not just the NFL where like that schedule and short schedule and back-to-back games and or short roads where it affects all sports. And it's something you definitely have to bring up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and again, as Shana alluded to, we not only cover the WNBA, we cover over 20 plus sports here. WNBA, of course, we have someone that she handles all of that. She's a huge Las Vegas Aces fan, and she covers it as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't think she's a fan of the commissioner, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I don't know that too many people are.
Right?
Isn't that on par for every sport though? Like everybody hates the commissioner. Like,
yeah,
that's true. But I mean, I think it's mostly because of the scheduling, because you have all these games, and this was before the expansion of obviously of this year. But then you would have like one game like today, and I understand it's the championship game of the Commissioner's Cup. I get all that, but the issue is like, hey, you would have a day off in between, like, okay, you have a great Saturday, you have a great Sunday, and then nothing on Monday. And then one game Tuesday, and then nothing tomorrow, on Wednesday, and then you pick back up on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe space it
There's
out.
like 3 games on Thursday, I think, right?
Right. I don't know. I mean, obviously they need more teams, and I think the popularity of this, the massive explosion that leads into my last question here, my friend, is the massive explosion in popularity in the WNBA over the last couple of years. The betting handles are hitting record highs. How have you seen the betting market evolve? Are the lines getting sharper and harder to beat, or is the influx of public money creating more opportunities for data-driven bettors like yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. I do think it has gotten a little bit sharper. It's at least gotten more liquid, like you said. That's for sure. Because I mean, 2 years ago, I could give out a play no matter what time of day or how close to game time, and immediately the line would move. Like I would move the market pretty consistently 2 years ago, and now that doesn't necessarily happen as often. I mean, it still happens from time to time, but now I think there's enough liquidity that, when I give out a play and my subscribers go bet it, I don't think the bookmakers are as scared of that now, because they know they're going to have some offsetting liquidity on the other side.
Yeah.
There's definitely more people betting on it, and it's driving, like, it's going up like crazy. Joe the Fan here brought up something here where they said they need more teams. What do you think is like the magic number for teams in the WNBA without like diluting the product too much?
Yeah, I think that's the hardest question to answer with expansion. I think the interest is there. I think there are a lot of cities that would love to have a team. I think the question is, can you fill out, 20, 25 rosters with legitimate depth? I think that's the question. I think as time goes on, I think there will be more and more of that happening. I mean, we've seen it just in the last 3. You look at like the last 3 drafts, how many really impactful players from day one have been in those drafts. I think we're going to continue to see that. We've got Juju Watkins and Sarah Strong coming right behind, Paige Beckers and Caitlin Clark and those type of players. So I think it is going to continue to get deeper and better. As there's more money into it, you're going to see, girls youth basketball become more and more popular, which is only going to breed more competition along the way, which is going to breed more pros down the road.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And then like the way it's expanding and growing in popularity, I mean, that just drives more girls that want to do it, is just in general, right? Like Caitlin Clark's been huge. Angel Reese has been huge for the league, right? All these names that everybody always brings up, and just that increasing popularity, I think over time is going to do wonders for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. We're with our good friend Tyler Shoemaker of VSiN, and you can follow him on X at TShoeIndex. You can scan the QR code on the bottom right corner, and it'll take him right to his page. And since you brought Caitlin Clark up, and she has been in the news, obviously the recent suspension of Thomas of the Phoenix Mercury took place. By looking at the video, it looks like her fist did touch her throat. I see both sides of the coin here. I'm not trying to take anybody's side. Based on the history of Caitlin Clark, she has been beaten up since almost day one of coming into this league. I wanted to get your thoughts on that, and also the viral video that's going around with, and I publicly said it. I'm about to go to 20 years of marriage. I mean, I hope the wife's not watching in August, so next month. But I think Cunningham is a little cute there. But
he's got a thing for Sophie Cunningham over there. He always brings her up like randomly.
Yeah. So I'll say that. But with the little pointing finger of that, it's just starting to pick up. I mean, Angel Reese, was in the new, not this season. Well, knock on wood, but in previous seasons. What's your thought on this Caitlin Clark situation?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's all that surprising that teams are, trying to be physical with her. I think that was the narrative even when she was in college, coming into the pros. Like Diana Taurasi, had made her comments about, well, now you're going to have grown women, coming at you. And that's what's happening. I think Caitlin definitely should have expected that. As someone who obviously at a much lower level, like being the best player on a basketball team, like you have to expect the other team to want to come rough you up a little bit, especially when you're more of a finesse player like Caitlin Clark is. So I do think she's got to toughen up a little bit. And I don't think she does herself any favors with some of the flopping that we see with her, and just, the embellishing of contact. I don't think she does herself any favors with the referees or with the fans' narrative of her. That being said, I also, there's a fine line between being physical with someone and being dirty. And I think we've seen, with the Alyssa Thomas incident, you maybe crossed the line there with the fist to the throat. So I do think there's a line. I think Caitlin's got to expect teams to want to be physical with her, and she's got to do a better job handling it. I also think the other teams, are flirting with that line of physical versus dirty.
Yeah, I saw a compilation on YouTube yesterday or it might have been this morning. But it was like just eye pokes to Caitlin Clark, where people are like face checking her, like trying to block her vision, and like her just fingers going straight into her eyes. It's like, good God, man, they've been doing that girl dirty. But she does need to toughen up, and there is some flopping, which is across the board in basketball, which is crazy to me. Just the amount of flopping.
Shano, maybe she goes Kurt Rambis, old school.
There we go.
There we go.
Horace Grant.
Maybe Horace Grant. Go a little Kareem.
The old
back into the career. What is your take, Tyler, on this in regards to, in other leagues, if there is a jersey that's being sold and it has your name on it, you should get a little piece of the pie. I believe, I don't know 100%, maybe you can shed some light on this subject, where it was in the past where these teams wouldn't have charter flights. They would just be singing and coach with some random person. With the league starting making some money, I mean, now they have a studio show, a pregame show, which was something I think they needed. Going back to the jerseys, if you have a Caitlin Clark who's putting some, let's be honest, she's putting some butts in the seats in the what do you call it, in the game here in the stadium. Do you think that she deserves, or other players, I'm just using her as an example, should be, getting a little piece of the pie there?
Yeah, and I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of the CBA that was signed with the Players Association, so I don't know what contractually the players, forfeited their rights to. But yeah, in general, in sports, I definitely think it makes sense. Like if a team is selling your jersey with your name on it, you deserve some money from that likeness. But also, if you forfeited that right for the sake of a higher base salary, then nothing you can do there. And I certainly would understand that point of view also.
Yeah,
I believe with the new CBA they get it. The old CBA they didn't get the royalties, but now with the new CBA they do. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool.
All right, well, so we do have the championship game tonight. We got Aces versus Liberty. What are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I project Liberty -4. With a healthy Asia Wilson, that line was down to 1.5 this morning, and then Asia Wilson got announced out, and now it's up to about 6.5. So I don't love the side. I will say the Aces have only beaten the Liberty one time in their last 5 meetings, and the Liberty have won 3 of those 4 games by double digits, and the other one was by 9 points. So the Liberty have kind of owned the Aces here lately. I don't know what the total's down to. This morning it was 175.5. I liked the under there. I'm not sure what it's
right
down
now.
to.
It says 173.5 currently.
Okay, yeah. At that number, I would probably pass. I make it 174.5. I do have a formula as low as 171.5. And those last 5 meetings between these teams, I think, have gone under that number every single time.
Oh man!
So I still would lean under. I'm probably not going to bet it though.
Okay,
could be a good alt line, maybe to bump it up a couple, and bet take the under.
Yep.
Yeah.
What
for sure.
What about the Aces plus pretty much 6.5, 7 some bucks?
Yeah, I think I would pass on the side in this one, just because, like I said, I think the Liberty have kind of owned the Aces here lately. But I'm one that generally likes to bet on teams when their star players out, like I said, because of market overreaction generally. So I'm probably going to stay away from the side. But I think if I had to bet it, I would play the Liberty in this one.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nice.
Well, Tyler, I truly appreciate you coming on the show. I wanted to give you an opportunity to tell our viewers where they can find, of course, not only the T-Shoe Index, but anywhere, where you offer your bets. You mentioned to your subscribers and your followers as well. So I wanted to give you an opportunity to tell our audience where they could find your information.
Sure. Yeah, I give picks on VSiN.com every day of the WNBA season that there are 2 or more games. But also, if you want my plays as soon as I make them, you can get those at tshoeindex.com, where I sell my guides, where you get projections and everything for every WNBA game. I do it for college football, NFL, men's and women's college basketball. So you can always get my projections and bets at tshoeindex.com.
That's tshoeindex.com.
Before we let you go, I just have a question, just so I get to know you a little better.
Sure.
Who's your favorite NFL? Like, who's your NFL squad and who's your college football squad?
College, definitely Ohio State. That's where I went to school, and NFL Bengals.
So okay. All Ohio guy.
Yeah, I'm from Ohio originally. So yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Ohio guy.
Nothing wrong with that. Ohio State.
As long as you don't say Dallas, I'm cool with it.
Oh yeah, no, all good.
Yeah, we're from the Washington D.C. area, about 30 minutes outside of the nation's capital. So, yeah, we're big. We don't call them the C word. We still have the original name, but unfortunately, we're not supposed to say that. We signed a contract here with Believe, so we call it the C word. We can say skins. We can't just say the
gotcha.
The whole thing. But anyway, Tyler, we truly appreciate your time. And again, folks, you can follow Tyler at TShoeIndex on X. Again, scan the QR code on the bottom right corner. And we wish you, of course, the very best for the rest of the season there, Tyler.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, when we return, of course, we will have our best bets of the night here on Just Win Bets Baby.
This is Just Win Bets, baby, on the Sports Bet Winning Network.
As we come back from break, it was great to talk to our friend Tyler Shoemaker of VSiN with the WNBA, with, of course, the Commissioner Cup starting. So I'm glad that we were able to talk to him right before tip-off there. Shana, your thoughts with our guests that we had on?
Man, he knows ball for WNBA, and he also covers NFL and college football as well. So
yeah,
make sure you follow him on X, Twitter, and you can catch him on VSiN as well. Great guest. So it was great to talk to him and talk some WNBA with him.
Yeah, make sure you check out his website, tshoeindex.com, tshoeindex.com. And he has all of his plays there, for his VIP listeners, followers, etc. So check that out. All right, Shano, before we get to the New York Football Giants schedule preview, we got a quick update, of course, in the World Cup, as a couple teams have already qualified, and we win a couple of our bets. I did not have a bet in this France-Sweden game. Those were all just pizza plays. There were leans, but we did have an official bet there, Shano, of Ivory Coast taking on, of course, Norway. Hey, Erling Haaland, aka Ivan Drago of the soccer world. I mean, this guy is unstoppable. He scores again there, Shano. I mean, yeah, I'm a little worried. I mean, you know who they take on next? The Brazilians.
No. Oh, Brazil?
Not good, man. Not good.
You're going to have all those fans roaming in the stadium. Do you like that?
Yeah.
When fans do that?
Say that again.
Do you like the Norway fans? They do the row?
Yeah. I got no problem with Norway.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, they were having fun, And a matter of fact, by the way, I forgot to tell you, and they're going to be playing on Sunday, Brazil and Norway. Forgot to tell you. We got some Zuffa boxing hats. I got to drop one off for you. Yeah. So I saw it was a UPS guy came in today. And he's from Ghana. I told you, I got a lot of friends, man. A lot of Ghana friends, a lot of, blah, blah, blah. And said, hey, I think his name was Kofi. And Kofi, something like that. Anyway.
Kingston?
Like Kingston, yeah. So I said, hey, you watching the World Cup? Because I've seen him before. He's, you get to know your local, like your mailman or your UPS guy, yada, 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 right? He said, yeah, man, I went to the game, the Ghana game. In Pennsylvania, in Lincoln Financial Field. I said, what that run you, man? $500 for a ticket? Nah, easy 1,000.
Woo!
And I said, holy cow, are you serious? He said, yeah. And I said, But he's like, I was sitting all the way up, but we moved down a little bit because people, didn't show up or what. I was like, okay. $1,000, Shano, on the nosebleeds.
For nosebleeds. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So how the heck are little kids, and you've seen games, little kids are in pretty much almost front row, middle of the field, and that's got to be some bucks, dude.
Oh,
There's
yeah. You're probably
$5,000, $10,000, easy.
Yeah,
easy.
that's what I was going to say. Probably in the $5,000 to $10,000 range.
Per ticket.
People got money, man. People got
Only
money.
in America, baby. Only in America. Shano, let's move now. Of course, only in America is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, sport in America. I'm talking about the National Football League. As we look at the New York Football Giants, you can see it right there, folks. We have the G-Men, and we will start off with their schedule. The preseason, of course, they have Minnesota, Miami, and the New York Jets in the preseason. Then they start off at home on September 13th against the Dallas Cowboys. Then on the 21st, they travel to the Rams, home against the Titans on the 27th of September. October 4th, the Arizona Cardinals, 1 o'clock game there. They travel to Washington on October 11th. That's week 5 at a 1 o'clock game there. On October 18th, I know that date very well, home against the New Orleans Saints. I should say New Orleans. And then October 25th, week 7 is, of course, the Houston Texans as we return back with Shano Mack. As those first 7 games there, Shano, what are we looking?
So some things to think about with the G-Men here, with the Giants. New head coach. They got Harbaugh from Baltimore, right?
Yep.
So the brand new coaching staff. I think Matt Nagy, is their offensive coordinator, if
Yep.
I remember correctly.
Yep.
Which that doesn't really blow me away. But I can't remember who their defense coordinator is. The Giants, the Giants, I think, have some good young talent in Jackson Dart and Cam Scatteraboo and Malik Neighbors. But all 3 of them are health concerns constantly. Cam Scatteraboo just runs into people and just doesn't care about concussions. Jackson Dart doesn't know how to slide or get out of bounds, and he just gets hit, and he's in the blue tent like every single game. So that's always a concern when you're betting with the Giants, because if Jackson Dart goes down, then Jameis Winston comes in. And I like Jameis Winston, but he can also lose every game for you too, because he throws a lot of picks.
That's true. That's true. He's currently
about when you're doing over-unders for them.
He's currently doing the FIFA World Cup. He's doing a hell of a job too for Fox. So I'm glad that he picked up that sidekick. But Shano, I agree with you. This reminds me of a very young Tampa Bay Buccaneers right before Gruden. Okay, this was, I believe, maybe the Tony Dungy years of the Buccaneers. Let me explain. This Scatteraboo reminds me of Allstott. I'm not saying that he's exactly like him. He's kind of like this guy. This guy's a tank. Mm-hmm. They really didn't have that much of a quarterback in Tampa Bay. It was okay. When
Grant Johnson from the Redskins.
Yeah, but they also had.
With him.
I understand, but they also had Gannon. Okay, he was the oldest dirt, so that's when Gruden won with him. Okay. Anyway, moving forward, and they had some weapons here and there. Sure, they were banged up. Tampa Bay was, but they were very. Monty Kiffin's defense was pretty much the whole show. I think that's what the New York Giants has to do. They have to focus on the defense, and they were very famous. The Giants were when it came to defense. I mean, we're talking back to the '80s. Lawrence Taylor. The list goes on and on. Okay, of course you have the Jason. Strahan. I don't know where the Giants go from here, but on those 7 games that we bring that back up, I see here maybe a 2, maybe a 3 and 4.
I see a 3 and 4.
Yeah,
I see a 3 and 4 there.
3 and 4.
I think they lose to the Cowboys. They're definitely going to lose to the Rams in the LA.
Right.
I think their wins could come against Tennessee, Arizona, and Nolans.
Right. It could be 4 and 3. We might blow one, or you just never know. You just never know what happens.
Well,
I mean,
you never know. Yeah, against us, we'll be coming back from London that game.
Right.
The Skins will be. So Skins coming. They play in London week 4, and then so week 5 they'll be coming back from London. So who knows? You never know when you're coming back from overseas. So that's a concern for sure. So it could be 4-3.
Now, keep this in mind, Chino. They have their win total on the top right corner at 7.5, both at -110 for the over and under. Okay. Here, courtesy of our friends over at DraftKings. The issue that I have here is this, my friend. Can they get to 8 games? Let's continue with the schedule. After their bye week for week 8, they travel to Philadelphia, home against Washington, and that, of course, will be a prime time game. And that, I believe that's a Thursday night game there, Shano. Yes?
Yeah.
And then they have, of course, again, just like you said last night regarding Washington, the Giants have somewhat of a little bit of a bye. They've got that 10 days off as they stay home with Jacksonville. So they really don't have to travel. Just want to point that out. Then you have, of course, the Colts, the 49ers, the Seattle Seahawks, always tough, especially in December, as they take on the defending champs there in prime time. Home on against the Cleveland Browns. Who knows how that'll turn out? The Lions at Detroit, at Dallas, and then home against Philly. Those are 3 tough games at the stretch.
The whole second half of the schedule looks pretty tough to me.
Yeah. Now, do you see 8 games there?
I do not. I think I'm going to lean and take the under 7.5 here.
Okay.
Look at those games there, right? Philly has owned the Giants the last couple of years. They are coming off a bye before them, which is beneficial to them.
Sure,
but it also is at Philly. That's
Philly.
tough,
right?
And then you got Commanders that could possibly be a win. They usually split 1-1, so one of those games they could win. Jacksonville, I think they'll lose to Jacksonville. They'll lose to the Colts if the Colts are healthy.
Sure.
49ers, they're not going to beat the 49ers. They're not going to beat the Seahawks.
Right.
Cleveland could be a win. Detroit, they're not going to beat Detroit. They're not. And in the last 2 games, I don't see them beating the Cowboys or Eagles at all this year. So I said 3 and 4 before the bye. After the bye, I'm looking at like 2 wins, 3 wins, maybe.
Ooh. So
I'm looking at 6 and 11.
6 and 11. I think they get to maybe 7. Maybe.
Yeah,
that's a
they'll
stretch.
Sneak one out somewhere. For sure.
Yeah, they'll sneak one out. Maybe they take care of Jacksonville because it's at home.
Yeah.
So I'll give them the 7th game. I don't see 8.
I don't see 8 at all. No.
Keep in mind, Chino,
I like Harbaugh too, but I think it's going to take him the season to form this team the way he wants to.
I agree with that. Keep in mind, Chino, that to win the division 6-1 for the NFC East, to win the conference 35-1, and then to win the Super Bowl, the big enchilada at 70-1. We return back here. Yeah, I don't see 8 games. I don't.
No, I don't either.
No.
I would take the under. What's the under juice to right now? I'm assuming
it's still -110. They're both -110.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. I thought it'd be like -120 or something like that, or minus.
No. That's what was so weird about it when I saw it. There, it was over 7.5 is at -110. Under 7.5 is at -110. Yeah, I don't see them getting to 9 wins. I'll tell you that right now.
No, I think 7's they're where they're probably going to end up. I'm with you there because it always happens in the NFL. Someone beats the team that they shouldn't have beat, or so look at the 7. I don't think 8 is in the cards though. It's just new head coach, new offensive system for the whole offense to learn. You got a young quarterback learning a new offense, right? That gets hurt, like I said, and then Jameis gets in. Yeah, he might win you a game, but he could also throw 4 picks and then lose you a game, right? So, I think this is I'm pretty favorable on the under there.
They drafted a linebacker out of Ohio State with the 5th overall pick. I think he's going to need time to adjust. And Reese from Ohio State, but they also drafted, because they also had the 10th pick overall, the offensive lineman from Miami, this big kid, Magola, big kid, man, big kid,
big Samoan dude, right?
Yeah, dude, big Samoan guy. I those Samoans, man, they know how to block, dude. I'm telling you, you put the Washington skins. All 5 Samoans, that's a wall. You ain't going through that, dude. I'm just saying, dude. I mean,
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Who was the defensive tackle that played for the Ravens? Started with an N.
Nada. Hello, Nada.
Nada.
Yeah, he's the one that hurt RG3. He
Yeah,
chased
that's
RG3
right.
down from behind. Remember
That guy's amazing. That guy's a monster.
He chased RG3 down from behind, and he weighed 350 pounds or whatever. And I was like,
Yes.
that dude was an animal.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just saying, dude. I mean, again, I'm not trying to be, stereotype or anything like that. I'm just saying they produce some great football players, and it's not just linemen. Okay, I'm just saying overall, in my opinion, 9 times out of 10, man, I take definitely for those guys, man. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, they also lost. They lost Dexter Lawrence, who's a really good defense tackle. Remember, so he went to the Bengals, I believe. So they lost Dexter Lawrence. That's a big loss on the defensive side. So yeah, I think the Giants will be improving under Harbaugh, but it's gonna take another year. I don't think next year is their year.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what the G-men do for the 26th, 27th season here coming up. Tomorrow we'll of course cover your favorite team there, Shano. How about the Cowboys? I know you're looking forward to that. So,
I always look forward to talking about them.
Yes, absolutely. So we'll be covering, of course, each team for going up to, of course, hopefully get it done before training camp. I think we can get that done. I think we can. So we'll look over all that. So yeah, so tomorrow check in with, of course, talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I know Ayo Johnny loves that team. I don't know why, but yeah, what have they done? Again, what have they done lately? Right. Anyway,
Nothing.
well, that's going to do it for us here, guys. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are now offering, of course, our membership, VIP membership. It is not. Here's the thing. Had a big, huge meeting, and this is what's happening. It's not $6.99, Shano. You ready for this one? It's like it reminds me of something about Mary. Hey, why do 7-minute ads when you can do it in 6? It's not $6.99. It's $4.99.
$4.99. What? I don't even know what is that. 15 cents a day.
$4.99. What is that? 15 cents a day?
$4.99 divided by 30, 16 cents a day.
Almost okay, a little over 15 cents a day. Come on, bro. So here's the thing. It's $4.99 plus tax. If you order it, okay, so if you go on, I'm gonna put Shano on the spot. If you go on to your, go to YouTube and go to Just Win Bets Baby, okay, the channel, and you hit join. You can hit join, but you're not joining. Just trust me, okay? And you hit join, okay? It'll say $4.99. Now, I'm going to do the same thing here. This is the biggest crooks of all time. While you're doing it, Shane, I'm going to do it on here on a different thing.
Join. It says $4.99 a month.
Okay. You ready? $4.99. That's what it says there, Shane, right? You ready for this one, pal? Look at this. The biggest crooks ever. So I said, okay, hey, $4.99, no big deal. So I went to producer Mark. I said, all right, fine. So I'm right here. You can see it, right? Right? And I hit join. Look at this. It says right there, $6.99. Why? So I went to
mine says $4.99. Yep.
Okay, here's the reason why. You ready for this? If you're on a computer, it's $4.99. So if you're on a laptop, $4.99. Hold on. If you're on an Android with Shano Mac has, it's $4.99. I have an Apple phone. Apple's always screwing you. Apple recently passed a law or rule here that, hey, they're going to charge tax. Can you believe that? Man. So now, if you're going to sign up, guys, my recommendation is sign up through your laptop. Okay. Yeah, even if you do it on an iPad, $6.99. iPhone, $6.99. But if you do it on an Android, I don't know. Do you guys have a pad? I don't do Android.
Yeah, there's tablets. There's tons of
tablets for okay. Yeah. Anyway, it's $4.99. If you do it on an Android phone, $4.99.
Yeah. See that. Get rid of Apple, everybody. Just ditch them. Get out of that ecosystem. They're crooks.
Biggest crooks ever. $4.99 a month.
I'm like the only person I know that has never owned an Apple product.
Yeah.
I've never owned an Apple product. I
So-
don't see myself switching either.
So listen, $4.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. You get the whole enchilada. So we'll continue to give out a play, maybe 2 plays if we're in a nice mood. But for example, we've got the Wimbledon that's out tomorrow, 5 plays. We have, of course, Major League Baseball coming out tomorrow, 4 plays. So, and there's no ads in between. It goes right to the plays.
Yeah.
You hit the thing and it sends you a notification. Hey, these plays are already out for you. Yada yada yada. You get it before everybody else. So obviously we keep in mind that the market changes, but hey, there's no more. Hey, I got to see a sleeper ad or I have to see a Pickett ad or what have you. No, it goes right to the plays. Boom! It gives you the explanation. It tells you exactly how many units we're doing. Everything is exactly the same. $4.99, But if you want to do an Apple phone, it's $6.99. So it's $4.99 plus tax, whatever the tax is. And yeah.
So if you have an Apple phone, the thing is sign up on your laptop, and then you can just log into your Apple phone. It should be there, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
once
that's what you got to do.
Yeah, once you're logged in, hey, it's not going to change. You can look for it anywhere. But that's going to change, of course, when we introduce the app. I have an update on the app there, Shano. It looks like August 1st will be the launch date. Now, believe it or not, the Android part of it is done.
See?
The iOS isn't, so they're working on that. Whatever. I'm not changing to Android. There's no way. I'm not doing that. I'm suckered in.
And Android's the way to go, man. Every Android phone I've had is the best. I go on my wife's phone. I can't even use the thing. I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. She's got an Apple.
Does she really? Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay. No, seriously, go ask your wife. When we get off the say, hey, if you don't believe me, she doesn't obviously she doesn't have to join, but if you just hit join, doesn't mean that you've joined. You just hit join on the thing, you'll see the price.
I'll ask her to do it. I'll ask her to do it.
Say $6.99. I mean, she's more than welcome to join, but I'm just saying. But yeah, just a tidbit. That's what we learned today. So anyway, crazy. All right, my friends, that's going to do it for us for tonight. Enjoy, of course, the rest of the evening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Go ahead.
Don't forget to catch Joe's picks tomorrow for a World Cup. USA back playing again tomorrow. So if you want World Cup plays, make sure you follow us and get the picks.
And I have a correct score, which pays 10-1, but only for members only. Okay, which will be released later this evening. I already did it. You know what? Since it's a freebie, I'm going to give the freebie out. The Belgium game is tomorrow, and let's see here. What do I have? I believe I have both teams to score at -122.
Nice.
I'm going to double check it right now.
I think there's 3 games tomorrow, right? I'm pretty
sure.
There
are 3 games, and if you're a VIP member, you get all 3 games. So the more games, the more winning, of course. So just pointing that out.
You got England, Congo, Belgium, Senegal, United States, Bosnia.
Yep. So we have Belgium and Senegal, both teams to score at -122. So there's your free play. There's your free play. But also in the short, it's going to say, hey, look, if you want more plays, just scan the QR code or go onto our YouTube channel, what have you. Continue to get our newsletter for free. Again, it'll just bring you that single play. But hey, you got to pay to play, my friend. Got to pay to play. At
$5 a month, that's nothing, man. That's nothing.
Yeah.
$5 a month is nothing. I know people who charge that for a week's picks of plays. So
$5 a month,
that's nothing.
I'm curious why Apple does that. An extra $2. I'm just curious. Maybe that's the producer Mark extra, fund that he, whatever. Fraud, embezzlement. Anyway, well, that's going to do it for us here. That's for Shane O'Mac. I'm Joe the Fan. Have a good night. Good luck on your bets, and make sure that you check out our website, justwinbetsbaby.com. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow night. Take care.
See ya.